Hello FPL world, my name is Gordon and welcome to FPL Galaxy. What a game week 9 has been. So favorable to most because of one man, Erling Haaland. Yes, this was a mega game week and courtesy of Erling Haaland's captaincy. As you're able to see from there, I got about 103 points. Last week in game week 8, that was after game week 8, my rank was sitting around 4.8 million. I have risen in rank to about 2.9 million, a 1.9 rank rise. Just how brilliant and awesome this game week has been. So now I can't wait to share with you guys just how I fared in this game week. So welcome to my game week 9 team review, and I'll share with you the things that I am going with in game week 10. Yes, the transfer that I've made, and also not to forget the honorable shouts. This is a game week 9 team review first of all, and in goal I went with Rare. Yes, the Brentford team was playing against Bournemouth and he managed to have a clean sheet, which doesn't come so often. This time around, he wasn't able to get any save points because Bournemouth were not so attacking, unfortunately enough. So these 6 points have been well received. Thank you so much, Rare. These were sweet points, especially knowing how difficult this game week was in terms of clean sheets. My backline was made up of Cancelo, Perisic, and Trippier. As you're able to see, even the best defenders weren't able to keep clean sheets. And that is why we say that the bigger the back has fallen. We just go with the minimum number of defenders the team is able to accommodate, and that's 3. As you're able to see, something similar amongst those 3 defenders is that they are all fullbacks. Cancelo, Perisic, and Trippier. All defenders that are able to either assist or score. On days that they keep clean sheets, that all comes as a bonus. And that is why Trippier, playing for that Newcastle team which has been so defensive this season, was able to get the clean sheet points. Interestingly so, Newcastle was playing against Fulham and the scoreline was 4-1. Yes, Newcastle was able to beat Fulham. But Trippier was withdrawn before Newcastle conceded, and that is how come most of us got fortunate and had those 7 points. So thank you so much, Trippier. These points were sweet and well received. Now, Perisic at Tottenham were playing against Arsenal. It was really tricky for them because Arsenal outplayed Tottenham. This was a London derby, and so Arsenal had the upper hand. Playing at home, they made it very difficult for Tottenham to defend or even attack, and that is why Perisic remained at 1 because they conceded more than 2 times, which translates in a negative. So Cancelo there is the other victim. They were playing against Manchester United, the other derby, this time around the Manchester derby, and so Manchester United were able to come back with 3 goals. They lost, of course, but those 3 goals mean that the Man City defenders lost a point, and that is why Cancelo finds himself at 1. On any other given day, Cancelo would have been able to assist or score himself. What normally this match was for him, so many goals without him being able to assist any of them. But the consolation was in the front attack, which I'll be able to get into shortly. Now, going in my midfield, this is what my midfield was made up of. Martinelli and Diaz had same points. They put in the same number of points because of an assist. Diaz came off from the bench. He had the second half cameo. So these were very much appreciated points from him because I was thinking he's going to give me just 1 point for playing and not being able to do anything. Andreas, like I mentioned, they were playing against Newcastle. It was very difficult for them to be able to score or do anything because they were outnumbered. Their main man, Mitrovic, got injured and was withdrawn in the first half. And so Andreas wasn't able to connect with his usual man, the target man in the team, Mitrovic. And so he only ended up giving me those 2 points. Maddison, on the other hand, was able to create mad stats. 2 goals and an assist. This is something that I saw coming. I was hoping it would be this good. And oh my, what good sweet points Maddison has given us. Yes, they were playing against Nottingham Forest, and these are the fixtures that we've been targeting. Yeah, it's interesting to say that Maddison is is the player that I brought into my team going into game week 9. I removed Kulusevski because one, he was injured, and also because of the rotation that is going on amongst him, Song, and Richarlison. And so I brought in Maddison, and wow, how he has benefited me. Then Martinelli, like I was mentioning, they played against Tottenham. They outplayed Tottenham by far. It's quite surprising that Martinelli wasn't able to get more than this, but it's a London derby, so we get the 4 points. Now my front three was made up of Jesus, Kane, and Haaland, all involved in derbies. Haaland in the Manchester one, Kane and Jesus in the London one. Jesus got bonus points for scoring, and Kane scored from the spot, but because they lost, some bonus points were awarded to the Arsenal team. And so this is how things pan out. Now our focus is on Haaland because, as you're able to see there, Haaland got some crazy points, 46 points, almost reaching the numbers that the entire team, the rest of the 10 collected. One man, the captaincy, got on him. The perma captain in my team, like I mentioned, I'm going to be captaining him for as long as he is fit. Even if there is a minus risk, I'm always going to be captaining Haaland, because even if he features for 20 minutes, I know he is inevitable. He's able to score once, twice, or even assist. Like he did in this match, he had another hat-trick, scored 3 times and was able to assist twice. He has done something that no other player in the Premier League has been able to achieve. 3 back-to-back home hat-tricks. In how many matches? 9 matches. Of course, 9 game weeks, but only 8 matches played because of that one match that has been postponed. So Erling Haaland now sits on 14 goals from 8 matches. How incredible such stats are. Only one man can do that. The one man, the one who is being called non-human, Erling Haaland. Yeah, he's been brilliant, and that is why, of course, most people are making such remarks of him. What a young man, a young lad he's been. Now, the team is not complete until we mention the guys that fill the bench. Who was on my bench this time around? As usual, Ward was on my bench, but this time around, as you're able to see, Ward got so many points. 8 points from that match Leicester played against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest weren't able to score any goal, and that is why Ward, this time around, for the first time, got a clean sheet and some bonus points because of the class act that he had. Zinchenko got 2 points. I didn't think he would be able to play because he had an injury and he was flagged at 50, but he came back and was able to play, put in some class show against Tottenham, was involved in link play. He was brilliant as we have known him. He was well groomed under Pep, and just look at how good he's become. Yeah, unfortunately, they conceded 2, and he sits only at 2 points there. Neco Williams is somebody I was being tempted to play ahead of Perisic or even ahead of Andreas, but how glad I am that I finally decided to bench him. He got -1 because of the likes of Maddison and Tim and others who were able to put 4 past Nottingham Forest goal. That is why he's got a -4, because 4 goals translates in -2. And then he himself got a yellow card, which is a -1. Da Silva is somebody I mentioned. I didn't even want to attempt putting him as the first sub because I knew he would have the second half cameo, only giving him 1 point. So this was my team, guys. Scored 103 points, all thanks to Haaland, Madison, Jesus, Kane, the four duo, Martinelli and Diaz. And thankfully, my two defensive warriors, Trippier and Raya in goal. Of course, I wouldn't have reached 103 without the likes of Andreas, Perisic and Cancelo. So thank you so much to my team. This was a brilliant score, brilliant game week. Helped me be able to rise from 369 points to now 472 overall points. The scene has finally started looking better. So now let's see, going into game week 10, what are some of the moves, or rather the move that I'm making? Would you be able to guess? I don't think you would. Who have I removed from this team? Who can I even remove? Yeah, it's the weakest link of my team, and that is last man on the bench, Da Silva. So Da Silva makes way for the man Trossard. There were three hat-tricks in this game week. 3 hat-tricks. If you square 3, what do you get? 9. And this was game week 9. It gave us 3 hat-tricks. Beautiful hat-tricks from 3 outstanding players. Yeah, so I'm bringing in Trossard because I have seen just how good the Brighton team is playing, even with the new coach. The new coach has been marked and talked about as a very offensive coach. Yeah, by offensive I mean very attacking. He's very offense minded, and so he's going to be putting in those attacking returns. That is Trossard, and that is why I have brought him in place of Da Silva. I don't want Da Silva or the likes of Andreas to be the ones to go in my team when I don't have a proper defense. I'm shifting my focus from defense to the mid and attack, and that's why Trossard comes in. At 6.7 is really a bargain because of what he's able to do. And this is my game week 10 transfer. I've already made it. I did it before the price rise. I bought him at 6.6 and I made some 0.1 again from him. Now going into the game week 10 team selection, in goal I have Raya as usual playing against Newcastle. This Newcastle match is not going to be an easy one for Brentford, and that is why Raya, I'm expecting him rather to have so many points because of those saves that you have to be making in. Hopefully he's going to make a couple of them before he concedes so many. Then my back line as usual is made up of Cancelo, Perisic, Trippier. Trippier may be able to keep a clean sheet, but I don't expect that because the likes of Tony at Brentford may be able to upset that defensive prowess that Newcastle has had. Perisic on the other hand faces Brighton away. Brighton may be able to score. They may lose, yes, maybe, but scoring, I don't doubt they would be able to fail to score. Yeah, so Perisic is playing against Brighton, so I'm putting him in there or for the assists that he may be able to do. Cancelo playing against Southampton, they play at home, so this is the match I expect Cancelo to either assist, score and keep a clean sheet. It's a fair fixture for them. It's the fairest amongst the defensive players that I have, and so Cancelo really makes my team. In the midfield, I maintain my midfield and just bring in Trossard in there. Martinelli, Madison, Diaz and Trossard. Martinelli and Diaz face each other, and so I expect these guys to score each other big so that we benefit from them. Madison is facing Bournemouth, who are another team that have been conceding so many goals, and so Madison should continue on his awesome attacking returns that he's been putting in. A goal and an assist would be brilliant. 2 goals and an assist would be awesome. What would even be better is Madison himself scoring a hat-trick in this fixture. Not far-fetched, he may be able to do that. Trossard on the other hand, I expect him to do something against Tottenham. Yeah, I know what he does is going to have a counteracting effect on Perisic, but that's why I was saying Perisic is more into this team for the assist rather than the clean sheet. So I expect Trossard to score, and hopefully he is the one who's going to take the points off from Perisic. my front line hasn't changed. It's all made up of Jesus, Kane, and Haaland. The comments on Kane are that I need him to score. He plays against Trossard, and so I need him to score. That's all I ask from you, Kane, as you have been doing so well from game week 2, from game week 3 in my team. So please do continue. Jesus plays a Liverpool, which is not in brilliant defensive form, but Liverpool are scoring big, and that's why Diaz, the likes of Martinelli and Jesus, you guys just need to score each other. I don't care who wins this match, for as long as you give me those attacking returns. Speaking about Haaland, we know why he's got that C on him. He's the Pema captain. Playing against Southampton, he was just from scoring twice against Copenhagen in the UEFA Champions League. He scored 2 times. The first one in a League 2 over 6 minutes. In the 7th minute, Haaland recorded his first goal of the match. Before the second half, he was able to register the second goal, and he was taken off in preparation for this match, Southampton. And so we expect him to continue with his class act. 2 goals would be brilliant, would be awesome for us. Let's continue on this run, Haaland. Let's go, young man. And so my bench is made up of Ward, who plays against Bournemouth. He may be able to keep a clean sheet, but I can't really risk having him in my team, because I'm going to punch myself for trusting him and then giving me a 2-pointer when Raya can do more for giving me saves. Zinchenko plays against Liverpool. I don't expect Arsenal to keep a clean sheet, but Zinchenko may be able to put in some assists. But I'm putting Perisic ahead of him because looking at the fixtures, the Brighton fixture to Tottenham seems easier than the Liverpool fixture to Arsenal. That's why he's there. Neco Williams faces Aston Villa, who haven't been in brilliant form either, but they may be able to score, and that is why he sits second on the bench. Andreas unfortunately has to be third this time around, but looking at this fixture, West Ham haven't been in their brilliant form yet, but it's a wait and see for Fulham because they've lost Mitrovic, and we're yet to hear what happens with him. So for as long as Mitrovic is not there, they don't have much attacking force as they've been having because of that Mitrovic power influence that he's having in front there. So Andreas unfortunately falls short of the options on our bench, and that's why he's taking the 3rd place. Now guys, I'm coming to the point where I have to show you the shouts, honorable shouts, players that I don't necessarily have but that I think you should target. So guys, please, if you've reached this point and you've not subscribed to this channel, I beg with you, just click the like button so that we can have this video suggested to more. And also, please do subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so that you can be receiving more of such updates. You go with me on this journey so that you can see how I may potentially turn this 2.9 rank to a sub, maybe 100k rank. Let's see if that can happen. The theme of my journey, my FPL journey this season, 2022-23 season, is rise from the ashes. So please guys, do subscribe to the channel, leave a comment whatever you like, for as long as it's not offensive. So please, let's interact in the comment section. Let's see. I would like to hear what kind of maybe the plans that you have going into game week 10. For those who are carding, let me hear. I would love to hear your suggestions. I would respond to any questions you may have, put in some of my thoughts, and let's do this. Now going into my honorable shouts, first of all, I have Zaha as the first man, playing against Leeds, Leicester and Wolves. He's got the fixtures and the form for us to be able to trust him. At 7.3 is really a good option, a differential for some who would be able to get him, who want to make some change to their midfield. And that's why Zaha there is one of my honorable shouts. The second one is Anthony. Anthony has played 2 games in the Premier League and scored in both of them. He was playing against City and yet was able to score. That's how good Anthony is. He's got such a beautiful and brilliant left foot which curves the ball that even Ederson wasn't able to reach. He's playing against Everton, Newcastle, and Tottenham this time around. I see him scoring 2 or 3 times in these 3 fixtures to come. So this is the guy you would like to target. And honestly, myself, I was looking to bring in Anthony or the likes of Rashford, but plans have changed a little bit, and that is why he's on my honorable shout, so that you guys who are able to do so can bring him in. My final shout is Bowen. Bowen was a brilliant FPL option for us last season. He was bringing in those points. We just bought him and set him in our teams and left him there. Some of us even captained Bowen during the double game week and got so many points. That's how good Bowen was last season. This season they started off on a little bit slow pace, but he's catching up. He gave those that trusted him in game week 9 so many points, 14 points. He was one of the reasons as to why some people broke into the 100 club. The people that got 100 points, those called the 100 club. So Fulham, Sutton, that is Southampton, and Liverpool are the fixtures that he has. Brilliant fixtures for him, and he's got the form for that. So these are the honorable showers that I have for you guys. And if you've made it this far, I would just like to say thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. And do not forget to subscribe. Ring that bell so that you don't miss out on anything that I post. I usually do my game week review for the previous game week that has passed, and then my team selection, and give you an idea of some players that you should target. So thank you so much, guys. Follow me at FPL Galaxy ZM on Twitter, where I get to share my thoughts on some players and teams that I feel would be able to do well in the Premier League, in Fantasy Premier League. So thank you so much, guys. So going into game week 10, I just want to wish you all the best, guys. Make those decisions. Some of them will be bad, some of them will be good, but just make sure you nail your captaincy. So until the next one, ciao.